That's
All
good.
right, dude. We have a
So,
lot to talk about.
dude, tell me about it. How have you been, first and foremost?
I've been fine, man. So I have an agenda this time.
You have what?
I have an agenda this time.
Oh, very nice.
The first thing is, I know I already apologized to you via text, but I wanted to address it in our little stream here as well. Um, I feel really bad because I was taking my shit out on you. I feel bad about that.
No, thank you. I do genuinely appreciate the apology. But I think it was well deserved. Like I no, not the apology was. Wait, no, sorry, no, that sounded horrible.
No, I
What
got you. Yeah.
what you had said was well deserved. Like I think it was one guy I listened to, Jim Ronnie says, when you do well, celebrate your victories, but when you do bad, like own up to it and like make the defeats
hmm
hurt. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating all weekend. I told a bunch of my friends, I was like, "Oh, me and Prime aren't friends," and I'm not gonna use the adjective devastated, but it was really upsetting. So just for me, because I dropped the ball and then to lose you as a resource, I was really upset. Um,
Yeah.
but I am really sorry. Like I had messed up. So the weekend I sat
Yeah.
down, I was just writing, and I tried to like revamp my artistic life, or just my life in general, which was nice. But I'm really sorry I missed the convention. I just
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about that next.
mhm.
That's on my agenda.
Mhm.
Um,
See, it
so,
helps.
but I want to give you context of kind of what was going on for me that morning.
Hmm.
We had some people come over to install a new washing
Hmm.
machine, and they had been here before, and they were like really rude, and my wife didn't feel safe,
Mm.
and I was really on edge.
Hmm.
Um, it just kind of like my kids are in the house. I don't know these guys. One of the guys was like really, um, I don't know. You got a really bad vibe from this guy.
Hmm.
Um, and so as that's going on, I'm like, I'm gonna hit up BDawg. I want to see how he's doing this. Make sure
Yeah.
he's set. I was thinking about you because I was gonna go to I did go to the convention, and I was
Fuck.
thinking about you, and I
Mm.
wanted to, make sure you were on track. So I hit you up like, hey, whatever the hell I said.
Mm.
So when you wrote back that you weren't going, I'm like, all my shit was like, nope. It went into text messaging you all my anxiety and anger about the people in the
No,
house and
but it's what I
safety of my
needed.
kids and wife.
It's what I needed to
So
hear. I needed to hear it.
yeah, so I'm sorry for taking that stuff out on you, which I really think I did, but I also kind of meant it.
No, for sure.
Everything I said, like, and I want to. I'll probably add our text conversation to the video later on
Hmm.
somehow because a lot of what we're talking about is you and you owning up to where you're at and what
Hmm.
your shortcomings, but as an artist and insecurities and motivation and stuff. But I'm part of this too, so I kind of want to own up to my part of it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want some transparency there, but like I still meant it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I I hope that you understand. Like I wish I had handled it differently, but I am like I'm still upset about it.
Yeah, tell me about it. And it was like I said, it was a really tough weekend for me. Like I'm sure you noticed. Well, I don't even notice, but I turned off my Instagram, which just helped me focus more. Just because I was trying to because in my mind I was like, okay, if I'm not going to this convention, like I got to make big moves. So I'm signed up for Colossus Con in the future. I have dates for
Oh,
other
nice.
conventions opening up. But it's just like because I was like, okay, well if I can't talk to Prime, like I still have to make this thing happen.
Good.
And so that was an interesting mindset too, because even like you said, like if you're not going to take this seriously, I was like, oh, I got to take this seriously. So,
Yeah, you
so I
do.
made.
You do.
Mhm.
Well, and I think part of what I don't want to say hurt, but like part of what bothered me so much,
Disappointment.
like I was personally offended by you dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Like for real, like I mean, it was really like a personal. I know you weren't doing it personally, but
Hmm.
I took it personally because I've given you my time and
Hmm.
energy and effort. I gave you an idea last week on what to do for a
Hmm.
print. Um, Helped make a plan, like, and I want to see you succeed. I want to see you do well and meet your goals. So like, I'm invested in your success, on some level.
Hmm.
Personally, like I want this to happen. I want you to get to that next level you're looking for.
Thank you for
So
that.
when you're just like, nah, I'm not gonna go.
Right, and
And I was
I
like,
understand that's how the
fuck
test.
you. Like, yeah,
No, and it was so. Can I tell you just kind of how the lead up to it too?
Yeah, let's talk about Tracy. Yeah,
Is that next on the
it
agenda? Is
is.
that
It is.
okay? And this is the difficult thing too, is because I hate, like, just as this as a man, as a person, I don't like making excuses. And one thing somebody had
Yeah.
said too, he said you could either have reasons or results, and notice that reasons don't count. And so that's why I don't even like saying, well, here's why. This shouldn't be any excuse. But leading up to that weekend, because it was the first of the month, so I didn't have, so I should have printed on the first, which is what we had agreed on.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that was when rent was due. So financially, I was running thin,
Okay.
and I actually had to borrow money from my dad, which was really embarrassing. But like, it's
Yeah.
what I needed to do. So I borrowed the money, got rent paid, but it was still flimsy because it was pending transaction. Like I said, it just sounds like a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
But getting by on rent, I didn't. I was like, I don't know. I was like, okay, if I am going to spend money on prints, which I didn't know if I had or not,
Yeah.
I didn't want to only have prints, but have. I was like, and I thought to myself, I was like, okay, well, I don't have business cards, and I don't have a sign, so I don't want to show up with prints I printed out that might not be formatted correctly, and only have prints, no business cards, no contacts. I thought it would look really shabby, and that's when I was sitting there. I was like, I don't know if I can. Ah, I messed up. I should have printed, last week,
Yeah.
so
Right. Right.
but it was just on the time frame I had. I didn't have any money to make the prints. But even still, I think we discussed this briefly too, where it's like if you have so many things to do, you just freeze and don't get anything done. That's still
Yeah.
something I think I was dealing with leading up to it too.
It sounds like you were completely overwhelmed and you had some real practical concerns.
Yeah, but I should have still executed, man.
You should have, and I mean, this is a huge learning lesson for you, which is good.
Right.
Yeah, you should have known well in advance and taken it more seriously,
Hmm.
way, way, way in advance.
Hmm.
The plan that we came up with was a very last minute thing. That
Right.
was like
Yeah.
that was like a last resort plan. So
Mhm.
yeah, like should have. Yeah.
But like,
Um,
sorry, you're saying? Yeah,
no,
your thoughts.
I
And I'm
huh?
sorry, one last thing, if you want me saying too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I said, I told all my friends, I was like, man, it was a bad weekend. I didn't go, and Prime's, me and Prime aren't talking, which is really unfortunate. Um, but people are like, oh, that's kind of messed up. And I was like, no, it's like what I needed to hear. But then I like revamped. Oh, one thing that you had said too, because people are like, oh, that's messed up. He's not talking to you. And I was like, he gave me like a lot of his time, and he was super helpful. And he said, this is what you need to do. I didn't do it too, but then I also thought too, like when you had said like somebody else could have been at the table, they could have been. And
yeah.
the fact that, I mean, it was basically your table that you gave to me, and I was just like, no, that's pretty offensive. And I'm really, like I said, I'm genuinely sorry about that. I feel horrible.
That
Uh,
is like a big deal to me. Is when,
yeah,
like, I'm not trying to like rub it in your face, but I
no,
feel
no, no.
I do, and it sounds like you already realize it, but like someone else could have had that table.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the convention and I saw that empty table,
Fuck,
and
man,
your name was on it. So
that's really sad.
it was a very sad thing. There was no tablecloth. It was just this ugly table, and it was a decent
Mm-hmm.
spot too. But it was sad. It was, and so if people walked by, they would see not you with no prints. They would just see your name at a lonely table. I would rather have you there with no prints than your name on a
Right.
table.
Yeah. And
You know
that's
what I
what,
mean? I'd rather have you there just drawing live and hanging out and being personable.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I think even when things are overwhelming, like you must have known you could have reached out to me. You and I have talked a lot.
Well, and that's the thing too, is, and I do feel really bad. Look, I'm taking 100% onus on this. I
Yeah,
really dropped the ball. My bad. But that's when you had texted me that morning. I was like, maybe he'll like push me, because I was bummed out, and I went to the coffee shop I go to. My friend Joe was there, and I kind of got him up to speed. I didn't talk to him for a good half hour. He's like, yo, you okay? And I was like, nah. Didn't talk. Finally, I was like, yo, man, this is what's happening. And he's like, well, don't you have that convention? I was like, it's happening right now. He goes, well, aren't you there? And I says, I don't have my prints. I don't have anything. He's like, dude, let's go right now. But I was kind of at a
mm,
mental point. I was just like, I had kind of checked out and written it off, unfortunately.
yeah.
But he's like, we can print out right now. It's 11 o'clock. Let's go. We'll get there by noon. This and that. But I was just like, nah. I told him too. I was like, maybe I could prepare today.
Shit.
So yeah, sorry, my computer's shitty. We good?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Yeah, I just and that's and like this is no way, shape, or form your fault, but I felt very defeated after the text message. I was because I was
Mhm.
already in my head like, oh man, I fucked up big time. Uh, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think what it just comes down to is preparation, execution too. Because in those 9 days, especially with my financial situation, it's like, yeah, I want to do these things, but like in my mind, it's like I don't have the money to do it. And I was telling all my friends it's upsetting because I have these prints just sitting in my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I don't understand the idea that you don't have the money to do it because you paid for a table. You
six
like
months
you not
ago. Well, so
right,
I'm
but
printing.
knowing it didn't
Mhm.
cost you money. You literally just gave away $50 for the table.
I mean, yeah, no, right, no, I understand, and I agree with you too.
Yeah.
Uh, but it was just this month because oh my God, I got my car fixed earlier in the month so that I would be able to drive to Tracy, um, and that
Mhm.
kind of took a good chunk out of it. Um, and then just and printing too, and I printed that comic for that guy. It cost me a pretty penny just because I'm printing by myself, and sometimes I have to print one thing 3 or 4 times to make sure it's the right paper, it's the right size. Um, and then
Yep.
I didn't know how much that was going to run me too because I'd be printing by hand. And
Yeah.
so I didn't exactly want to go in there with a blank slate. I didn't know how many. And like I said, it's one of those things where I think of like, okay, if I have to print out 5 of each Inktober prints and this many of that, and then this many of the prints, and then I have to have four. It's one of those things where the list adds up and then I freeze. Um,
Hmm.
and so I think that's kind of was leading. And plus it was Halloween into rent into the second, which was a Thursday, which is when like the money was pending and paying. So it was just like I said, I hate making excuses, and I don't feel like these are excuses. These are reasons why I talk myself out of executing just
Yeah.
any act.
I don't hear you making excuses. I don't hear you. I don't hear that. I hear you had reasons. Um,
Yeah, but even
and
like you
you
said,
had
like
in the moment you were like kind of overwhelmed by those legitimate reasons, but the way you
mhm,
handled it was like obviously we know it's not the way to handle it.
for sure. But even just I think the concept of me being because my friend Justin and Jeremy too, like, oh, maybe we could show up and hang out with you, and they're like, oh, we can't make it, which is fine. They said they can make it Sunday, but not Saturday too. But in my mind, it's like I think I just got scared of even not having prints, but the idea of showing up at a table and just sitting there and drawing. I was like, well, why even fucking bother? Uh, and
Yeah.
that's where I was at in my head. Um, but I'm very upset about the weekend, it was weird too because like my dad, love my dad to death. We don't have the best relationship. I think he was the only person I invited though to come out, and I told him I was like, yo, like, because it was still up in the air that I might miss Saturday, but then go Sunday. I told him I was like, I'm not going to be there Saturday, but maybe Sunday. He's like, all right, can you post it? And a couple hours later, he calls me out of nowhere. He never calls me. Calls me out of nowhere and goes, hey, are you all right? And I was like, actually, no, I had like a really shitty weekend. Thanks for asking. So it was weird that he even picked up on it
Yeah.
too. But it was just it was weird too because I've been like it was just I don't know. It was a hugely disappointing weekend for me. But I try and he just and I was talking to my dad very briefly. But I was saying how like I didn't want to stay there. I didn't want that let that one circumstance like be like okay, I'm that's it. I'm just gonna work at Trader Joe's and die, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a tough weekend. But life's tough.
Yeah. Well, I know, but you're making it tougher on yourself when you make dumb decisions, obviously.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah, I
so
agree.
to me, and I know I texted you this in a rude way, but this is like I never saw you as someone that would just blow it off. You didn't
Hmm.
strike me as that kind of person.
Hmm.
So like if you're going to take this stuff seriously, you really have to follow through.
Yes, I agree. Another problem I was actually gonna, I thought maybe I should preface it to you before I sent that text, but I also, this personality trait, I have a very bad habit. If I make a mistake or mess up, I tend to just disappear, go within myself and just,
Okay.
and, um, and then become extra harsh. Jordan Peterson talked about it for a little bit, very briefly, and he had mentioned it, and I think it's relatable about like, if you make a tiny mistake, don't kill yourself. Like, don't jump off the
Yeah.
bridge. You don't like, amplified out of proportion, but like like you're gonna make errors. But yeah, I have a really bad tendency of just shrinking or disappearing, uh, making errors. So and I think that was going into it too. I was like, fuck, I hope I don't have to. So yeah, but no, I just dropped the ball very bad.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So how If this stuff keeps happening, I'm not going to want to like be on your side, you
No,
know?
for sure. And and for my birthday when you texted me, I was ecstatic that you had reached out to me because in my mind, like I said, the weekend I was like, okay, I still have to make moves even without Prime, and so that was nice too because like you said, if I'm not taking it seriously, so I signed up for the next convention. I talked to Jeremy and Justin, my other friends I draw with, and they're like, oh, we got these ideas, and I felt bad, but I was a little bit harsher on them with these art projects because they were like they were like I was, where it's like, oh, we're gonna practice drawing. And I told them I was like, we need pages, we need to get things done
Hmm.
because so we've been more productive in that aspect too. But I really reevaluated like my whole art life, um, and it was nice too. And I'd like to confidently say I'm taking a lot more seriously. So like I said, I signed up for it's like called Colossus Girl Con or something, but it's the same one I think you and I
Yeah.
met at last year.
Yeah.
We're in it for
Yeah.
that 6 months
Cool.
out, and so
Yeah.
Jeremy, Justin, and I have talked. There's a few
It's a
other
long time.
cons. I mean, it's a lot of time, but and that's the most frustrating thing too. Is when I missed the convention, I was like, okay, well, I'll just jump in the next one. It's not for another like 6 months, which is enough time to make
Hmm.
things and go in stronger. But
Hmm.
I can't. I wish I could like verbally explain to you how upset I was over the weekend. Very upset.
Okay. Oh, I hope so, man. I hope it was a good learning lesson for you, you know?
Definitely a wake up experience. Yeah, yeah. And I try not to dwell on it and beat myself up too much. I was very upset. But it was like a wake up call to say the least.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, so that's that. We're moving forward, huh?
Yes, and once again, I can't tell you how ecstatic I am that you had reached out and we are on good terms. Because I'm sorry, last thing I told my friends, I was like, "Yo, he's mad and we're not talking." It's extreme, and I was like, "Nah, like I totally get it because it is. I want to apologize, not just for missing the commit, but like you mentioned too, the time, and the investment that you put into me for me to fall short. I totally see why
Yeah.
that's upsetting to say the least.
Like exactly. I've given up like time with my
Hours and
family.
right,
Yeah, like
and that's and
my wife will be awake upstairs and I'm down here talking to you. Like I'm giving up my time, my personal time,
mhm.
because I believe in you and I want to see you get to where you want to be. I'm also
And
I'm
thank you
getting
for
stuff
that.
out of it as well. But
Right,
but yeah, this is like a personal thing to me.
right, and that's why I'm very
So
sorry about, like I said, dropping the
yeah,
ball.
but that's why I was so upset
Hmm.
and still kind of
Hmm.
am. But if you're not gonna follow through, let me know and that'll be that. Like this is it.
Hmm.
But I don't want to be strung along or lied to.
Hmm.
I hate being lied to. All right.
For sure,
So
for
just let
sure.
me know where you're at.
Okay,
If you're not feeling it, let me know. It's fine.
okay, I
But if
appreciate
you're
that.
telling me that you're in and you're willing to put the work in,
Hmm.
I'm right here along with you.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is like I'm taking this like seriously, like really seriously.
Hmm.
I wouldn't respond to all your texts and your DMs and talk to
Yeah.
you on the phone and do this. Like I wouldn't have given you all this if I didn't. If it was like it was not for selfish reasons, you know, like this is
Hmm.
because I believe in you, you know.
And thank you for that.
Hmm.
All
So
right.
yeah, that was why I was so upset.
No, and like I said, as you should be. Like I said, I appreciate you reaching back out, and I'm glad we're still able to talk.
I'm gonna take it a step further and be a total dick again, right?
Please.
Um, I know your birthday passed, and I told you I was gonna get you the pad of paper, but that's not gonna happen.
That's okay. I bought my own.
Okay, good. You gotta earn this shit. You gotta
No, for
make good
sure.
choices, put the work in,
Hmm. Hmm.
just like the rest of us.
No,
So
but
no birthday gifts for me.
that's cute. That's cute, though. I'm glad you remembered.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, next thing on my agenda is why can't I find you on Instagram?
Because, okay, fun story, because I was really upset, so I deleted it.
Hmm.
And I had spoken to
You,
somebody briefly. She had said that,
I want to make sure I heard that right. You deleted it?
no, it's like the suspension thing where you just disable it. I disabled it.
Oh, okay.
So if I log back in on the computer, it'll pop back up. But for the time being, I can't use it and nobody else can see it. Um,
For how long?
until I pop it back up. It's actually
Oh,
pretty
okay.
pretty flexible. Yeah, it's not like it's not you just do it on the computer. Um,
Okay.
but I spoke to somebody and she said she deletes it like on the weekends, and I got rid of it too, just
Hmm.
because after the weekend I was like, okay, I really have to. I really sat down and just reevaluated a lot of my
Okay.
priorities, and I was realizing Instagram I was wasting a lot of time on it. And in theory, I was like, oh, I'm an artist, I draw, exposure. But I was definitely wasting more time than I was being productive on it. And two, I just didn't want to see or talk to anybody because I made all these promises about this convention, and I didn't want people to be like, well, what happened with the convention? So I just blew off the map.
Yep.
But then also too, I'd had this idea for weeks now, and having it down is very helpful. But I want to just have two separate accounts, one for my personal, one for my art.
Yeah.
And then for the art too, get a consistent schedule of uploading and stuff too. So
why do you want to split the accounts?
I don't let people know my business, man. I really don't.
Neither do I, but
it makes it more personable as an artist.
Yeah, but I think, and this is totally your call. I would respect that. I think it's the right way to do this. And some artists go all in on personal plus art. I have a little bit of personal stuff,
right?
Mostly art, vast majority. But every now and then I'll put my kids in there, like their Halloween costumes. I think I put at least in my Instagram story, the tall one.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
Because like people are going to get to know you as a person, and they're going to be interested in you as a person.
All right, that's a good point. I just seen a lot of other artists like do their personal than their art. I thought that may be the way to go, but it is kind of like a disconnect.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but I think the benefit of adding the personal is it's going to help you grow as a person. Like if one of you, something you do is to hide from people when things get tough, maybe you should do the opposite of that and show them a little bit of who you are plus your artwork.
Okay, and that's the thing for the personal.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, it'd probably be similar to yours where I don't have that much because I don't do much personal stuff. So yeah, don't need a whole account for it. Okay.
And I'll like you've seen in my Instagram stories, I'll share screenshots of like the music I'm listening to that day or whatever.
Yeah, that's really cool too.
I guess just simple, people can relate to it. And when it's funny when I put that personal stuff out, people will DM me and say, I like that too or whatever. Or talk to me about it and give me like recommendations on what to listen to next.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I do when I reapproach, so I downloaded Tumblr too. My friends and I are doing a comic, but I think Tumblr is a format we're going to upload it on just for practice, so it's out there in the Ethernet. But I've been focusing on other social media outlets, but for artistic purposes. Where Instagram's thing, I'd lie to myself and be like, oh, for art. But when I reinstate it, I want to have a set schedule and just be more efficient at uploading, not just constantly, but quality work.
So are you giving up on Instagram or no?
No. I'm going to set it back up. It's I just want to have like a few pieces because I'm doing some pieces now. I'm going to set it back up. I just want to have it be more specifically like to promote my art.
Okay. But you're also going to have Tumblr for artwork as well?
What kind of artwork? Tumblr?
You said you're also going to have Tumblr for artwork?
Yeah, I just Tumblr is such like there's so many good artists on Tumblr. And even just having a few things in the social media outlets, like Twitter, I don't know if I'll ever get Twitter, unfortunately. But Tumblr is really good for artists and comic book artists too, so it wouldn't hurt to have just something.
I don't think it would hurt. I used to do Tumblr. I didn't like it at all, so I think you should focus on what you are drawn to. Like Facebook, I feel okay about, and I have a decent, small core, but really good, strong following on Facebook. And Instagram is obviously my main one. Tumblr I gave up on. It's just work out for me. And honestly, I get this creepy vibe when I go to Tumblr. DeviantArt, same thing. DeviantArt really, I kind of lost interest in DeviantArt. I don't know, it didn't feel right to me.
And there's so many people on DeviantArt too. It's just kind of like, I draw too.
So I think, I know you didn't ask me, but I think for you, really focusing in on something would be better than doing everything. So if you focus on, I always say focus on Instagram. That's probably the most artist friendly and social. I would say focusing in on Instagram rather than spreading yourself thin through various social media. Having two like Tumblr and Instagram it's not that overwhelming. But think about it this way also, like you don't have a website, right? So you could spend
social media
you could focus on Instagram and then spend more time on developing a website, which I think is more important than a Tumblr.
I agree. The Tumblr, I'm sorry, I may have misspoke. The Tumblr is more so because my friends and I were doing a comic and we want to do just like a page, which we're getting on a set schedule and working on it. But I think we're going to use Tumblr to upload those pages because it's comic friendly, kind of. So that would be the use for Tumblr. Just that way too, if somebody asks, hey, on our
Yeah,
Tumblr,
gotcha.
check out the comp. So I think that's the only thing I'd really use Tumblr for.
Okay.
But Instagram, like I said, I want to bring it back. I want it to be more effective than detrimental. Because I'll find myself and I'll pull up my phone and I'll go to the app and the app's not there. I'll read or something. Like it's been really nice not having it. But I do want to bring
Yeah.
it back. I don't want it to be a time waster. I want it to, and I want to have good art to like post consistently too.
Yeah.
So that's the Instagram. Like I said, when I was reevaluating my life, I guess you could say, I just looked at Instagram and I was like, okay, is it beneficial or detrimental? I think it was being detrimental. So it was nice to kind of splurge or purge myself from it.
Yeah,
So that's
I
what
got you.
yeah.
Well, it's a good opportunity to narrow in your focus then once you get rid of the clutter.
It's not, and then it's like, and then I've been drawing a lot more too, which is cool. And then
Okay.
I don't feel obsessed to like, oh, post everything I draw. It's like, draw, and then post it later if when you put it back up.
Okay.
And my friend Jessie, she does social media for like, she's her company, or she's part of a company that does social media for companies, but she like does Instagram accounts for these big businesses too. And so I spoke to her briefly, and she has like a set schedule, or she's giving me really good advice about consistently posting and stuff too. So that was helpful. But I want to use that when I start to re-upload too.
Okay.
That's all. I'm really happy we're talking again. Not to be weird, it's good.
So all right, well that's Instagram. It's fun talking with you, so I'm happy to, man. I'm a little iffy because my faith isn't completely restored in you,
No, understandable.
That's like
Yeah.
we'll get there. So as of right now, so the last thing on my agenda is what's your goal currently? We talked about Instagram and taking a little break from it, and but as an artist, and just what you want right now, like what's your goal? What is it you're looking for?
To be an illustrator. I'm just a professional illustrator. I've been doing the Jordan Peterson thing, and it asks those same questions like, what's your end goal?
Okay.
And it's just, I just think it's a good term to use to tell people, especially in the passing, it's broad yet specific enough. So illustrator is kind of the term I've been pitting myself with recently. But then to boil it down to be more specific, so we have a convention coming up. The convention seems my step one is to do the circuit for a couple of years, establish myself, get to know people, understand, to pricing wise. So I'm going to start with the convention scene. The business aspect I want to develop too, but that's more like money and finances, and that's not so much art related. But I want to get the business part down now, so that when I can coincide that with the art, so I'm not just making art, not knowing how to do the business aspect. But yeah, I'm sorry, illustrator artist or illustrator comic book artist.
Okay, so you're still serious about drawing and about eventually making money off it. Okay. And you're serious about it?
And I can't, like I said, I can say as much as I want to. I know actions are the best way to prove it, but it hurts me to know that I hurt your trust. I'm very sorry about that.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I just want to see you work, and I want to see you succeed. So we'll get there.
Thank you. Okay, and I appreciate it.
All right. I don't think I'm harder on you than I am on my kids, probably.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not.
Well,
but with you,
yeah, I'm 26 also, so it's like
I don't have to censor myself.
Yeah, that's a good point.
With my kids, I won't swear in front of them. With you, I just like I do want to. I'm an aggressive person, and I'm passionate about what I do, and I guess I feel like I expect. Maybe it's unrealistic, but I expect you to do the same, to treat yourself and what you're doing seriously.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, but I want you to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
So right now, can I briefly tell you what I have on my artistic plate right now?
Yeah, that was my agenda. If this time is yours now.
Okay. Well, I'm finished. Oh, so okay, it was really nice. So over the weekend, reevaluated my life, yada yada, and I realized, like, on a personal level, there was a lot of things I was neglecting. I think just in like when it comes to my family and my girlfriend. So like Sunday or Monday, I think it was Sunday, I was like, I'm missing the convention, but like I've been going to the gym a lot more. I've been eating a lot better. I've been reading because I don't read and I want to read. There were things I was putting off.
How could you not?
What's
How do
up?
you afford the gym, but you can't afford prints?
The prints was such because it was such an abstract concept of I didn't know how much I was spending and I didn't exactly have a blank check. The gym I pay like $13 a month. The prints, I don't know how much prints are going to be, but especially if it's matte paper, if it's gloss, what about the colors? How much does that jump up? Size wise, I'm going to cut. It's easy to talk yourself out of it, man. Or for me,
okay, but like, right. So like, I'm gonna write this shit down. Gym, $12 a month. Because you said that one of your obstacles toward being successful at the convention, at least this time, I think mostly it was a mental thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you said money was an issue, so there's $12 we found right there.
I'm supposed to be skinny and go to conventions? That's not an option.
Oh my god. Anyhow, what were you saying?
So I went reevaluating my life. I reprioritized a lot of things. So I'm going to the gym now. I bought Super Mario Odyssey for my girl on Sunday, and it just made me feel good, like doing something nice for them.
You bought a video game?
Well, because
how much is that?
It was like, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks, whatever. 60. It was after that pending money I was speaking about had gone through. And I was texting my dad, and I was like, yo, man, like I can get the money back to you because he lent me money to pay for rent. And then he lent me $400. And I was like, dope. Mm-hmm. And I told him I was going to give it back. But because I think it was PayPal, it is like the money pens. I thought it was
whatever. All right, keep going to the story.
Extra money, splurged on my girl.
Yeah. That's not extra money. You owe people money. It's not extra money. You don't have extra money yet.
And I told my dad, I was like, I'm going to get it back to you. He says, keep it for Christmas. And I was like, oh, shit.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So now let's go to the convention.
You were reprioritizing.
And so now I've been, and so I did the future authoring self program, and it was still asking me these questions, and everything I was doing, like now I'm putting in more time for family and friends and to see people. But I realized art's still at the upper echelon of like everything I'm doing. A lot of things I'm doing is still art related. And I've been drawing it, like I said, don't do Instagram, but I'm drawing a shit ton more. Jake Wyatt, I referenced a face that he did, and it really opened up. I approach drawings differently. So I'm drawing a lot all the time. Mm-hmm. It's just the business aspect too is something I'm also dedicating a small amount of time to because I don't want to spread myself too thin. But art's definitely at the top of that. Even when I was reevaluating, I was like, hey, what am I going to do? I was like, it's still art. So Colossus Con is hard date 6 months out. Oh, sorry. So I'm doing the shirt design from my friend Zach. I'm on the final rendition, and then a drawing for my friend Kelly, which I like so far.
Okay.
Muscle Core, which is the comic me and my friends are doing. We're going to do a conference call tomorrow to hammer out the details. But
cool.
My artistic life right now. No Instagram, so it's more content than it is posting.
I think there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of like bare bones. You're working on you. No, that's cool, man. I respect that. You'll get back to the social stuff once you're ready.
Right. Thank you.
Nothing wrong with that.
So for this convention, 6 months out, or what were you gonna say?
How much do you spend on coffee a week?
Okay, see, this is a trick question. The coffee shop I go to, I'm well known. I went there tonight. Guess how much I paid?
$5.
$0, but the drinks are $5. But they hook me up because I'm such a magnetic personality. So I don't actually pay for the coffee when I go 90% of the time. And I know a guy that works there, my friend Joe, the guy I talked to. But
how much do you spend a week on coffee?
To be safe, $12, $15.
Oh boy, let's say it's $10.
Yeah.
So
let's say it's $10.
Let's just round down. So in a month, you spend over $40 on coffee. All right.
Close to. And I don't see it as coffee. I see it as an effective work environment.
Okay.
Like a studio space.
I think so. With me, I cut out a lot of that spending, and what I choose to buy, I earn the money for my this little microphone thing here. This came out of my PayPal art account, So I work for the money I get, and I invest it back into my artwork, and I cut out. I don't buy video games
Mm-hmm.
really at all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Or like stuff. I don't really. It's pretty rare. Actually buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with you, when it comes to the next convention, you can give up a little bit of this stuff and save
Yes.
up for print. The past is the past, but this is going to happen again. Hopefully not the way it did.
But no.
But like there's already, I'm seeing room for you to trim back a little bit every now and then, and set aside money for prints and whatever else. You know what I mean? Like it's just that easy. Yeah. So this should not be an obstacle for you going forward.
I agree. I also downloaded this app called NerdWallet over the weekend, and it was really interesting too. Downloaded it, and it's one of those, track your finances, see how much money you have, see your credit score, yada yada. And it was like, do you want to save? Like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to save some money. He says, okay, well, what do you want to save money for? And I had like, do you want it for a car? Do you want it for like, mortgage or student loans? And it says other, and so I clicked on other, and I was like, you know what? Like, I want an art fund. He says, okay, well, how much do you want? And I never thought about it. I was like, $500. Like $500 would be a good chunk of money to go into to get a bunch of stuff. And so like $500. And he goes, okay, well, how much do you have saved up? And I was like, 0. He says, okay, well, how much can you save a month? And I was like, 50. He says, all right, bada boom, bada bing. And that's being really slim on it too. So just the point of the story is going in the future, because like I said, the business aspect and the money aspect is something I want to tackle. Because it's like,
so you've thought of this already, and you're already making some steps toward it.
I don't want it to be another crutch like this. I'm like, oh, I don't have the money. I'm going to get rent. I got to fix my car. It's like, I just want an art fund,
Yeah. That's what I do now, and I keep it separate from family money.
Right. And then the money you make at conventions to stay in that art fund and then be refunneled into. That's a business aspect.
When I was making money at conventions, actually, at that time, I was putting it back into the family fund just because we needed it.
Oh, cool.
I always intended to keep it separate, but we kind of needed money, so I would end up. But there was a chunk of it I was able to save up for like a laptop or for my Surface Pro 4. But yeah, a lot of it went back to the family, just because it's the priority. I have to.
And that's why I like the video game. Like, it wasn't for me; it was for my girlfriend, and it made her happy, which made me happy. So that was just a splurge, And it was, But like, but the finances, I'm going to try to cut back and save and budget more. And I got the second job. I'm getting my first paycheck yesterday, I think. So I did.
The one you told me that. Right. But you don't have to there's no huge lifestyle change. Just set aside some money every now and then that it would regularly go toward coffee. The gym, I don't know why people need a gym membership. Just go run around the block. I
agree with you, man. I'm right there.
Lift heavy shit outside. Why do you have to go to I don't know. Rocky ran up and down stairs.
Yeah, $13 is extremely cheap for a gym.
Okay, but all right, whatever. But point being, you already get it. Just find places to trim the fat, set it aside. And what you should do is actually find out how much prints cost. Do the research way ahead of time.
Yeah, ahead of time. Right, and that's like I said, trying to cram it into 3 days worth of anxiety-filled money. Talk myself out. But I think it's like 15 cents for a black and white coffee. Which, I mean, you get 1,000 of those, and
do the research. All right.
Okay.
Do the research. Actually, I think I was doing it for. Let me look it up. I was doing it for my Kickstarter that's going right now. And if you go to Vistaprint, this will cost more than go to like Office Depot, but it'll be better quality. Vistaprint has something called postcards or oversized postcards. And it's actually really good pricing. I'm looking at my account. So for 50 small postcards through Vistaprint, it's like 4x6s. It's $7.49. But it's like,
wait, what?
It's like thicker and it's like matte,
you said $8?
Which is what I prefer. Huh?
You said like $8?
$7.50, yeah, for 50 of them.
Shit, 4x6?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like that deal.
But see, that's great. But that was if I guess I could just find one good print that I want 50 of. Because it seems like a lot.
Actually, yeah, you're right. That actually is a lot. Never mind.
I mean, it is a good deal, but like because with those Inktober's, I would like to only have like 5 or 6 of them, maybe.
No,
10.
yeah, you're right. But yeah, I
I
don't
guess
know
it
if they
depends.
can
I'll
do
look into it
in
more.
lower quantities.
I mean, that's definitely research I can do on my own too.
Yeah,
But okay,
yeah.
so 6 months out, Colossus, GirlCon, whatever. I would like a banner. I would like business cards and a portfolio with more prints.
Mm-hmm.
That's just out there in the ether. And of course, on my own end, I can start to refine it. But I might, same thing, come to you with questions about like the banner
Mm-hmm.
and because I don't know. There's something about my old business cards, as shitty as they were, I liked them. Something. Maybe I just needed to make them better. But
Just do start from scratch.
okay, I will. Quick question though. So my thing right now is M and then the letter B connected to the M.
Mm-hmm.
I think as like the little in the website logo, and then for my business cards too, it's just the letter M and the letter B. Um, but I don't know if maybe M and then I coming out would be better, like Metcalf Illustrations.
I don't know. I struggled with logos for a long, long time.
What about the
Now,
name for it? Because your name's like solid, Justin Prime.
yeah, I use that name. I used to play Xbox Live
Oh, that's cool.
when I was in high school, and I've just always kept it. My name is Justin, obviously, and I like Transformers, so I just put those
Oh,
together as my gamer tag, and that's my
your
I just use
handle.
that nickname for whatever.
But you don't
Um,
ever like oh I need to change it, or were you ever worried making it
no,
your name?
no,
Damn.
no. It just felt right. It was my alter ego, and I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to have something different. I don't want to use my real name for my artwork because I use my real name for my
Business.
therapy thing, and I don't want those
Hmm.
two worlds coming together. Really.
We can edit that out.
No, that's all right. I didn't say my real name or anything, so that's fine.
Okay.
Um, yeah, the logo thing. I didn't. I had a done logo for quite a while, and then now I use my Sculpture logo.
See, that's cool. It's really cool. It's super refined,
It's simple, but it's also I want people
recognizable.
to associate that logo with Justin Prime.
Hmm.
So those things go well together, and I think it looks really cool. It's a good
Hmm.
design. It's very simple and easy to remember. But it's like I didn't really have a logo until it became personal. Like
Hmm.
once I had my personal comic book, that's when it clicked.
Hmm.
Before that, I was trying to think up a logo, and I'm not good at thinking up logos.
Yeah.
So it was just a stupid J with a circle around it, and then it was like a JP with a circle around it, um, and then I started just using the Sculpture logo. If you, I don't know how important it is to have a logo right now for you.
But what about a
Um,
business card? Like that's
I think a business card is I think it's pretty important for anybody at a
right.
convention. I think, but the idea that I think we were texting. The idea that you had was to do like a quick drawing, like on the back of something,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
I think it's really cool too. Like that's a really good idea. It's very personal,
Hmm.
and people are going to walk away with a brief little sketch with like your website on it or something like that, right? That was the idea.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, I mean, it's still very possible too, but just take get a stamp with my Instagram handle, boom, stamp it
That'd be cool. Yeah,
on
that's a
one
cool
side,
idea.
draw on the back, and then like take a big watercolor paper sheet and then just do a bunch of
Yeah,
watercolor, and then yeah.
that's
Um,
sweet, man. I think it's a really cool idea as long as it's not you're not like ripping it. Cut it equally,
I
make
mean,
it
it'd be
look.
cool if I had like a textured edge,
It might be, but
not like
you
jagged.
don't like you want it to look like you did it on purpose, like it was by design. You don't want to just throw shit out there that you ripped up.
Right.
So I think having things cut nicely or ripped so it looks like it was supposed
Hmm.
to be sized that way, and that a stamp is a really cool idea.
See, and I think I like that too, just because like you're saying with the actual design aspect, because I could try designs until I got my design, but it doesn't feel like me.
Hmm.
So as long as you don't think it's a horrible idea. Um,
No, I think it's cool if you could think of a sweet little like logo. I told you about the Noun project before, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I wrote it down in my journal. Boop. Um,
I'm gonna bring that up just so you can.
Please
I
do.
want you to be
Yeah.
able to see it.
Okay.
Can you hear
What
me
about
typing?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I think another
I think it's
big.
good, huh?
That's how good
All
your
right, so let me.
microphone is.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna switch the screen to
Okay.
the whatever it is. Can you see it?
Yes, just came up.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is it. So it's just a ton of like what's something that you like? We'll just start typing in something.
I
Let's do this.
like
Let's do
basketball.
birds. Wow. No, no. We'll do something art related. Never mind. So they're just like
Oh wow.
you can buy these. You can do a subscription, which I did, and I'm really glad I
Mhm.
did because I use these all the time. But you can buy them one by one as well.
Okay.
And once you buy it, like it's yours. You can use it for anything you want. There's no royalties or anything like that.
I was gonna say
So
you don't get slapped on the wrist or anything.
no, no. Once you buy it, it's yours.
Oh, different colors.
How do you buy it? Where is it?
I think because you're subscribed, it might not give you the option.
Oh yeah, probably. Am I logged in? I don't know if I'm logged in. I don't know. Yeah, it might just give it to me automatically. But it usually gives you the option to buy it. So it's like $2 each. Like it's really cheap. So if you
Oh,
spend
okay.
$2, so you can go through this and like if you see something that just sticks out to you, like just that's it. You grab it and that's your logo. But what I do is
Mhm.
I'll download a bunch of them and then put them together. That's what I did for
Yeah.
my sculpture logos. Not that's my main one, but like for the government logos in the story, I just combined logos or combined icons. Sorry.
That's smart.
So I mean that's a really easy way to get yourself a logo, and there's different styles. Like there's some that are really clean, more that are like circle
Styling.
icons.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I think this is a great way to go
That'd be
about it.
cool. Just to have like a little something
Yeah,
on the card.
yeah, yeah. So that could you could have your. I would recommend you have a website ready to go before you do your convention, and have that
Okay.
on the business card along with like a like a simple one of these little icons or whatever.
hmm Those are nice. So now, okay, this has also been, I feel, a big mental block for me. The
Hmm.
name. I really like BDawg Draws, which was my Instagram name, but Metcalf Illustrations is more professional. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I agree.
BDawg Draws is more me, but Metcalf Illustrations is more like professional.
Yeah, I mean Justin Prime is not really professional.
It's but like you said, you're so I feel like you yourself are so established that name just fits you and your art style and what you do. Like that's
Yeah.
it's all one cohesive thing. I still feel like because I'm at this weird middle ground, like
Hmm.
bdogdraws.com, it's weird. Metcalf Illustrations, Metcalf Illustrations. Um,
Yeah.
so if I had a banner, Metcalf Illustrations, could that be like the
Right.
name? Because I'm not opposed to definitely changing in the future as time goes on. Um,
I think I would think that the slightly more or much more professional route would be a good way to go for you right now. Yeah, B Dog Draws is that's kind of like you couldn't think of a name, so you threw that on.
wow. Well, yeah, for that, but
Did you put a lot of thought into that?
dude, I'm not a creative person. It's probably one of the most creative things I've done.
Are you joking?
Dead ass serious, man. Because
Oh well.
because let me break it down because that name means a lot to me, and that's
Oh
why.
boy.
Because everyone on Instagram's like, oh, Chris draws, or like Justin draws, or
Hmm.
drawing Sarah. Like it's stupid, right? Draws is a shout out to at BDawg Draws. Because BDawg, your brother calls it BDawg. The draws part is a creative twist because my favorite artist is MF Doom, and he has a song called Gas
Okay.
Draws, and so it's
Okay.
draws.
All right. I mean, that's pretty obscure reference. I don't know how many people are gonna get that, but hey, if it
No,
means something to you, that's more important, dude.
but I feel
I
like that's
mean,
my
both what.
identity now. So when I do re-upload the my Instagram too, the initial thing that I had when I was going to do the personal and the art account was going to be Metcalf Illustrations, and then my personal was going to be something super creative. I don't want to divulge,
Okay.
but I think Metcalf Illustrations is what I'm just going to re-upload with.
That sounds nice to me. I like the way it sounds, and
Okay,
it just I don't know, it seems cleaner. And like
B Dog Draw.
the
Maybe
B
it's
Dog
just personal to
draws,
me.
like the B Dog draws. It's clumsy. It doesn't really flow, I don't think, too well. And then there's like all these, you have all these underscores. It
Yeah,
just looks ugly.
it's hip.
It just looks ugly.
Okay, so my calf illustrations, one word. Because my only other concern was like on
That's
business
nice.
cards, or like the website or the Gmail. My only concern is like the illustrations part would be too tough to like type out because it's a
No,
lot.
I
It's
don't
kind
think
of
so.
wordy, but okay, much
I
more
think most
fun.
of the time people will be clicking a link to get there. They might type it
Mm.
from a business card, but no, people can spell illustrations.
Okay, okay, that made me feel a lot better now. That was because I was holding me back, like with the name to go forward with.
Metcalf illustrations.com.
I don't think I
Here I
have
am
a.
spelling it wrong.
See.
All right, I don't think that's taken yet.
No, I have it.
You bought it?
I've had a website, Squarespace,
It didn't
but
come
it
up.
I well because it's the $16 a month Squarespace.
$16 a month?
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I stopped paying for it,
Yeah, fuck Squarespace, dude.
dude. But it's really good. And I spent hours like getting something cohesive up. Um, I wrote down too over the weekend, over that mind opening weekend, sites that you would use the Redbubble, Etsy, Store
Mm-hmm.
Envy to just upload prints on that, just so I have some online clout. But Squarespace isn't bad. $16 a month. I can stop going to the gym and then I can have a website for $3 extra.
That's right. Well, so the $16 a month covers having a website.
It's yeah.
Oh,
It's like I
okay.
think 120 for the annual, but like 16 a month for
Yeah.
the. And the website's really.
Okay. No, that's not too bad. I think I pay like $12 through Wix. I like Wix a lot. I've also used
Oh well,
Weebly.
yeah. Those are too
Like,
tough for me. I'm not that smart.
dude, they're really easy to use.
Tell me about it. That's why it's even more embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Squarespace is even more user face friendly.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever works, man. Yeah. So $16 a month. I thought that was just for like the domain name. The domain
No,
name
no.
you.
20 domains like
Okay.
20 up front that I've already paid for.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Yeah. If you own it, why wouldn't you use that?
Just because I wasn't doing anything with it, so I didn't want to keep paying the $16.
I think it's clean. It's simple. I
But
like
not
it a
even
lot.
not the domain name, even just the website. I'll put it back up because it is nice. I actually even the little that I have on it is still pretty nice, and all I have to do is pound away at it. It's really cool, actually, when I think about it. I was really proud of when I had it, but then I stopped paying for it because I just wasn't using it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it
If
is
you
nice.
have 16 a month, I think it's worth it.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll probably pull that back up, but then just spend a little bit of time refining it. And then, so what about like a banner? If I want, the banner that you have, is that like
Hmm.
a couple weeks to put together and print? It's like how much would that run me? Like
Yeah.
three
It
bucks?
was. I got that through Vistaprint, and it was. I want to say $80, maybe. I think the stand was included.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it comes with the stand. I think it was like
Okay.
$80 for this one. I've done a couple of them, and they're about the same price, both of them. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know how necessary it is because the other thing I've done is I've made I don't know if I told you or not. I made a PVC pipe, like huge
Mm.
backdrop with a black sheet hanging
Hmm.
down, and then on the sheet you would put like prints.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't know if you even have enough merchandise to really use that space, but
Hmm.
if you don't want to go, spend the $80, you can easily make a backdrop out of PVC pipe. And there's probably other ideas about, people have used if you just look up on the internet for backdrops.
Hmm.
Um, I think yeah, the back the backdrops from Vistaprint are probably the priciest way to go. But I think it's worth the
It
eighty
looks
bucks.
really professional.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, it does. But I think there's a big value to having your stuff up for sale behind you as well. I see a lot of people doing that,
Hmm.
and I think it's a fine way to go. I don't know if you're quite there yet. I don't think you have enough stuff yet.
No, yeah, for the prints of the background too. So 5 minutes left, and once again, I'm very happy we're talking. I do appreciate
Hmm.
it. What do you think going into this? Do you think I should go into the next convention? What I'm thinking is focus on the next convention 6 months out, be ready for it, but then also print wise, I don't know the second
Mhm.
convention has a theme specifically. Um, what quick advice would you give me to focus on art wise? That makes sense as a question.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Before we started talking, I don't know, for some reason, I thought you sticking with and like really pushing your pencil work might be a good idea. I don't know why I
Mm,
thought that.
okay.
And it kind of resonates because you were saying that you were going back to basics and reevaluating
Mhm.
stuff. And it kind of makes sense, just like going back to basics, reevaluating your Actually, I know you were working on your style, the way
Mhm.
things just kind of came out. Um, so I don't know. I felt like I would encourage you at least for a couple weeks to really work on your pencil work, your posing, just all that. Don't worry about inking and coloring. Just
Mhm.
push the your structure,
Okay.
um, and that includes posing and proportions and whatnot,
Mhm.
and just like go fast, have fun, see what comes out, and not worry about inking and whatnot. And
Okay.
then do that for a couple weeks
Right.
and just kind of see what feels right to you. And then if you have something that feels right, then move on to inking, working on inking as the next step.
Yeah, I think that's actually phenomenal advice. I do appreciate it. I think I got too caught up in the glitz and glamour of inking for through Inktober. Just because Inktober, I was like, oh man, this is because there's a lot of fun inking things, but I feel like I may have gotten away from my just like the foundation, you know?
Yeah, yeah, just kind of. And I've been feeling like that for myself as well. Something I wanted to do, but yeah. I mean, just like get back to having fun, and maybe you have been the past couple weeks since you haven't been posting stuff.
Hmm.
Um, have fun with it and kind of see what comes out of you. But it sounds like you're kind of already on that track, anyways.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it is like I said, I've been drawing a lot ever since that Jake White. I copied that face, and his approach is an approach that I minorly emulate. It just was very
Hmm.
eye opening. Um, but I've been just it's just I've and one thing I've been keeping in mind too. It's like it's stressful and it's tough, but I've really been finding a lot of fun in it recently. It's really like been
Yeah,
enjoyable. So that's nice.
yeah,
That's really
great.
nice.
I think that's where you'll find the things that are worth selling.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Have fun with it first, and you might even like look when you look back on your all the pencil work you might be doing the next couple of weeks. You might find something in there that is worth going to the next level with.
Oh wow, good idea. No, that sounded super condescending, but
No, no,
it was genuine.
no, I didn't take it that way.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know. That would be my thought. And so you have 6 months, which is plenty of time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but at the same time, you're also sounds like you're starting from scratch.
I mean, yeah.
I hate these braces so much.
Can you feel them on your lips?
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
You said it's been a couple weeks or months.
It's been a couple months, but I noticed that the way I'm saying my S is fucking driving me nuts.
When I got my wire, I chipped my teeth just because I kept like just the rearrangement, all the extra stuff in your mouth.
Yeah.
After the years of not having it, it really messes up your bite and just everything.
Mm,
But your whole jaw and mouth, they readjust. It
great.
takes a while.
Yeah, eating is a pain in the ass. I hate it.
Does are
I've
you
lost some weight though.
are they said your teeth sensitive?
Yeah, everything except the left side. So I have to eat over here, and everything else fucking hurts.
Dude, like long term, it definitely pays off. It's just those couple of years. It's.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I can't wait. I mean, it's already paying off.
Right.
Oh, the worst thing. I don't know if you noticed, but I have like a big old tooth right here.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sticks up. That's
Yeah.
not my tooth. It's like a resin tooth they added to my tooth and it was to like make room so stuff could shift or whatever. But I have this huge like it looks like a huge tooth, but
Hmm.
it's not. It's like a resin addition. I hate it.
I
And
just
I
I
don't
just
know.
this dentist. I have
It's just
so I had that
uh,
I had that feeling, but I kept losing my trays, and so I don't. You probably can't see it, but like right in between, it looks like it's closed, but they had to put a big filling right in between because
uh,
a little gap there. But like, yeah, quickly
you
don't.
got beautiful teeth, man.
Thank you, man. My mom spent a lot of money on these in hindsight. I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
happy.
Oh yeah.
She's the best.
Yeah, I'm
No, I
sorry.
mean, I once.
I can't help but notice the way I'm pronouncing S
What's up?
is just driving me fucking insane. So,
It's funny when you bring it up. I kind of hear, but I would have never guessed
oh,
because
okay,
I
cool.
seen the braces a little bit too. I was like, oh, he's got braces, but I didn't hear anything different.
It's like all I can hear. It's like,
Because you hear yourself all the time, you know.
yeah. Anyhow, so what do you think? Was this good
No,
for your night?
it was phenomenal, super helpful. Today is the 10th.
Let's have so we'll talk in 2 weeks on Friday again, okay?
And then yeah,
I
whatever day
want to have like that's 2 weeks. Let's have a really specific goal as to what you're going to accomplish between now and then, though.
next 2 weeks.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I have this How to Draw the Marvel Way classic.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Uh, and same thing, going back to basics. I was rereading it because there's a lot of like super intense anatomy books. My friend has one; it's amazing, but it's super intense. I think just How to Draw the Marvel Way. I just want to copy a few pages from that, just to like
Okay.
head angles and body proportions, panel. Um,
Can you? Are you drawing every day already?
I mean, yeah, but sketching nothings, you know.
No, dude, don't stop. Don't.
Sorry, sketching.
Some really cool shit can come out of nothings.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do like a 15-minute sketch every day
Mm-hmm.
just with pencil?
Well, you see, that's the thing with pencil. That would be the good thing that I need to focus
Yeah.
on, just pencil. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, just with pencil, do at least 15 minutes and just kind of have fun. Like go at it. And if you want to go off the Marvel thing, cool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But just 15 minutes every day, have fun, draw in pencil. And
Pencil.
I would encourage you to. I think having fun is the most important thing for you right now. But if you can work faster, I think it's a good idea to
Yeah.
just develop your speed.
I do a blue pencil too, so if I do
Whatever.
it faster with the blue pencil, I can trace it with the regular
Sure.
pencil for sure.
So between now and next Monday,
I
is
will
it
have
doable to have a pencil sketch every day?
14, 15 minute. I have 14, 15-minute pencil
Mm-hmm.
drawings.
Mm-hmm.
And I can show you, maybe like I'll show you three, beginning, middle, end.
Uh, show me 3 when.
At the end of the 2 weeks, I can show you the one I started with and the first
Oh
week, and
yeah.
then at the end, you see any progress.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine. We can look at each of them also and maybe pick out something that might be worth developing further. But yeah, well, 3 of them are fine.
Mm, that'd be a good idea too. But yeah, that's a perfect goal
Okay.
for me. And I'll still draw,
Okay.
on the outskirts with 15 minutes a day. Thank you so much. Once again, I am very
Oh
ecstatic that we are talking.
yeah, me too, man. We needed to talk about what you're doing for me.
Oh yes, the video editing. I wrote
That
it down.
well,
I forgot to write it.
no. That's one thing. I do want you to go through, and I have to give you access to my YouTube videos. I want you to go through
Okay.
like my old, and this is perfect for all you have to do is listen, right? So I want you to listen to my old interviews or live drawing sessions,
Uh,
which you can do while you're
mhm,
drawing or working out or whatever.
mhm.
But listen for segments that you can cut out. Okay, so you don't have
Okay.
to edit; you just have to trim. You have to give me like segments of like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and then I will take those audios and put them on top of me drawing for other content that I want to put out.
Very cool.
Okay, so that's one thing. All right.
Okay.
The second thing is I really need help with my Kickstarter right now and getting the word out there.
Okay.
So one thing really easy you can do is to look up on this through Instagram. I know you're taking a break, but if you wouldn't mind using, and I'll give you access to my account.
Mm-hmm.
A shit ton of trust now that I think about it.
You can trust me.
All right. So I'll give you access to my account,
Mm-hmm.
and I need help hitting up like blogs or just nerdy content kind of stuff, and asking people to do a review of issue 2.
Okay.
And then for them to share it on their Instagram. So I've been doing a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
already. Kind of like how Gary Vee talks about, it all goes down in the DMs,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. So like every day, if you could hit up, I mean, it's not much, but at least 5 accounts
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of November.
Um,
Would that be doable?
it's definitely doable. I'm just trying to think of to find the accounts because I know a few comic book things that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like people uploading a bunch of comic related stuff. Sites like those,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Okay.
I've even, at first I was starting to ask podcasters and vloggers or bloggers,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be ideal. But there's also like I would ask cosplayers, like
Mm-hmm.
just say, hey, I'll give you access to my free comic book. Just if you like it, put the good word out there for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that could be one thing. But there are people that do reviews and ask like, would you mind doing a review? And if and it would be okay if I quote, okay, use a quote from you. If that's kind of it. And I could even send you, like, I want it to be, even though you're doing part of the legwork here,
Mm-hmm.
I can send you the script. You just copy and paste it
Mm.
per account. That way it's still my words, but you're
Mm-hmm.
just helping with the legwork of it.
Yeah, no, I could definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could text you tomorrow with more questions too, but I do like it. That's a really
Okay.
good idea. Oh, Instagram specific
Yeah.
for now?
I think that's the best bet for me. The only other one for me would be through. Let's stick with Instagram. Facebook
Mm-hmm.
would be the other one, or just actually going on the internet and finding vlogs and blogs
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
podcasters and emailing them. You could do that too, but
Mhm.
I think
Instagram
for
for
the sake
sure.
of sake of speed, doing the Gary, Gary Vee talks about that.
Mm-mm.
Do you know who Gary Vee is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, his one of his big recommendations is he calls it, it goes down in the DMs, which is
Mm-hmm.
just it's just reaching out to people through direct message and
Yeah.
offering, whatever it is and giving them more value.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea would be, like I already said, just here's three. Well, there's issue 1, 2, and 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some free comic books, that's free to read. Hope you enjoy it. And if you could give me a shout out, I would really appreciate it. Or if you could give me a review,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
And through the DM, I could just send them the link right to the website, and they could read it through the
That's it.
website.
I'll type it out for you. So all you got to do is copy and paste it,
Oh,
and then go on to the
oh,
next one, copy and paste it, go to the next one, copy and paste it.
that's
Um,
easy.
that's really, yeah, that's what I've been doing. And at the very least, like at
Okay.
least I'm introducing people to my work and
Right.
hopefully getting new followers. So and I mean, I'm asking for like 5 a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you can do before you fall asleep. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can,
And
yeah, yeah.
then on top of that, yeah, if you had time to do, find some audio to cut up that I can use, because I have videos piling up that with no audio. And
Mm.
I really want to build my Instagram or my YouTube following. So that would be incredible.
The segments is, I think we discussed it before, which is a very good idea to have those segments.
What segment?
Like to have it segmented, like we were saying, like with the
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, segments.
yeah. Like, I mean, from our talk today, if there was a couple minutes where I said something interesting,
Mm-hmm.
that could be it. But I've had talks with a number of, I've had a number of interviews. So there's lots, I've done a lot of live drawing with guests as well. So
Mm.
there's lots of content I have out there, but
Needs to get dwindled or whittled down.
yeah, just to find those little gems. It doesn't have to be me either. If you or if one of my guests said something brilliant that
Right.
is a couple 2 to 5 minutes long or two or more or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
To be able to take those segments out. So you might have to download the whole video and then cut it up
That's easy. Okay.
into those segments, and then I'll let you. We'll figure out how to get it back to me. I'll let you know how to do that.
Okay.
All right. So your priority, honestly, is drawing. I want you to work on you. That's your priority.
But no, I need to
But
get it back a shit ton.
okay. Well, the Instagram thing's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
The editing thing, it can go pretty quick. It's not that big a deal, but I understand that it might be a little more time intensive. So I do want you to prioritize you, though. Okay.
Okay. But like you were saying, I can listen to those while I draw, just take notes of
Yeah.
interesting time points.
Yeah. I mean, it's really like it's something there for you to listen to anyway. So
Mhm.
as you're listening, you can write down, at 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the video,
Right.
his guest or Justin said whatever. That way you have then later on in the day, download it, cut it up, and
Mm-hmm.
send it to me.
And you said, I'm sorry, last question, or for
Mm.
me at least, you just use that. You said you use just the i video editor, just the one that comes on Apple.
Oh, I use iMovie. Yeah, it's really
iMovie,
easy.
yeah.
You
Okay.
look tired as hell, dude.
It's a long weekend, man.
You look tired, man.
Yeah, but it's a good life I live,
Okay.
America, free drinking water, and family.
All
Like
right.
I don't know. But no, it was weekend was stressful. I did feel a lot better too. Like once you'd reach out to me, felt a
Yeah.
whole lot better. But I really just reevaluated my whole art life, and I
Cool.
was just like, all right, take it seriously. So I've been
Sometimes you just need that kick in the ass, right?
been staying. What somebody says, you got to stay up late, wake up early. It's the life I live.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
I'll be up
excited.
for a couple more hours working. Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah, hell yeah. I
What
have a
time?
commission. I'll hopefully maybe bust out a commission.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Oh, it's Friday night.
It is Friday night. Yeah.
What time you wake up tomorrow? 8?
Jay will probably have me up at 5:30, so that's 6 hours from
What?
now.
You
Yeah.
gonna stay up? Ah, man, it's a life.
Yeah. Well, I've also had my caffeine powder, so
What is that? Just
yeah.
powder you put into your water?
It's a Crystal Light powder. It's 0 calories, zero sugar.
There's caffeine in there?
Oh yeah, and then you just dump it in the water. It works really well.
I mean, I've
So it's
had
not
that.
like, huh?
I didn't. I've had it before. I didn't know there's caffeine though.
Oh, it's cheap too. It doesn't cost a whole lot. It's like a couple bucks for a whole box. And yeah,
Yeah. Damn. All right.
yeah. It's my
Do
my gummy bear juice.
who?
Here,
What's a commission?
another Venom piece. It's a sketch cover.
That's the one you.
This guy commissioned me to do 3 Venom covers.
Oh wow.
He likes my Venom. So the recent one I did with the big tongue wrap around
That was
Spider-Man.
so good when he was pulling his head back. God, I love
He
the
well
shadow on the
he
eyes.
yeah he commissions me for him, and then the idea is he's going to resell them on eBay.
Ah,
And so he's like, I'm going to keep that one. The one with Spider-Man he's going to keep.
that was
And then
good, man.
this one's going to be a Venom head, and then the third one's going to he's letting me do whatever I want.
Ooh.
What's really cool is he does the Nintendo Classic that came out, or the Super Nintendo
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
You can't find him anywhere, but he somehow finds them and then resells them on eBay. And so he's gonna give me a deal on one,
Ooh.
which I'm really excited about.
Those things are
And then
clutch, man.
he adds on like Sega. He modifies it, so he'll have like Sega games and Game Boy games on there. I can't wait.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I got a good relationship with some of the owner.
That's good. You can rub elbows with people in the industry.
You gotta be you got to put the work in, man. People they feel it.
That's dope.
All right, dude.
Yeah, once again, good talking to you. 2 weeks from now, and I'll try
Yeah,
not to, but just mini questions, at least when it comes to editing videos.
that's fine. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, no, that's fine. That's totally fine.
okay, all right. Now, once again,
Yeah, I think 2 weeks shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I
okay.
have everything, unless was that Thanksgiving or something?
Day after, I think actually. Shit.
Yeah, after Friday. No, it should be fine.
Okay. I ain't doing shit.
All right,
All right, good talking to you, man. Have a good night.
you too.
Peace.